morning, everybody. I am here in Minecraft once again. I'm just going to check that everything is running as expected. There's been a couple of changes to the stream since last time. Notably, I found a way to get shaders to work, and to have the time-lapse camera, but this is the first test of that, so we don't know how well that's going to work. So do excuse me and do let me know if something's not working. I've got a little song counter as well. Unfortunately, it seems to be telling us only by unknown artist at this point, so that's kind of unfortunate, but maybe in the future, for some songs that will work, I think. So I'm just going to turn performance mode on here, and do remind me if anything's missing. So here we are again, back in the base of the lake. And I suppose the thing to do is to just get going, I guess. Oh, favourite band? I'm not sure if I have a favourite band. I like quite a lot of different kind of artists. I suppose favourite band, if it has to be a band. I'm not sure, actually. I generally tend to be more on the, let me just get my brush here, brush cylinder stone 3, and on here we're going to go for a brush cylinder air 3. I'm in England. I live near London, or in London I should say, really. Kind of on the edge of London, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know about my favourite band. I mean, I like a lot of different kind of music. It's such a cop-out. I like to listen to lots of different types of music. Alternative music, you know. You probably haven't heard of them. To be honest, playing right now is one of my the bands that I quite like. Approaching Nirvana. I first came across it on the YouTube. I'm going to put this down to a 2-size cylinder just so that we can. Whoa! I made a mistake. This wants to be a 2-size air cylinder. We can just do this. Yes. That sucks. Maybe you can make up with Gavin. So yes, I'm gonna actually let me do this a bit more methodically. So I'm gonna start over here. Oh, nice. What did you think of the British Museum? It's beautiful, isn't it? I remember the Aether mod. It was quite fun. I seem to remember there was a lot of YouTubers playing it. I remember I think Captain Sparkles. I think I remember watching a kind of a playthrough for it. I never actually played it myself. Probably better than most of the I mean, it's better than the End or the Nether, I think. It's funny how the Minecraft modding scene always seems to be better than the actual development studio. Hello, Gex. So I'm just going to put a melt brush on here. Melt. Yeah, it's a shame. Big Ben is going to be closed for a while, I think. Which, yeah, kind of is unfortunate for all the tourists. They're repairing it. I'm not sure what happened to it. I'm not sure why they're repairing it. I think maybe it's just maintenance. But yeah, we have on the BBC News, we what a great love story. Yeah, we have the Big Ben is on the BBC News usually, called I think just the chiming of the bells or something. So it does, I don't know, noon or whatever. So instead of having a clock, they cut to Big Ben and it chimes in the time. And obviously it keeps just cutting to this big white plastic bag that is wrapped around Big Ben. So they stopped doing that. We had electronic chimes as well. So it was just like really lame. It's like here's some white scaffolding and some electronic Big Ben noises, which yeah wasn't working so well. So we stopped doing that now. It could be a bomb in your Milka hat. I think museums are concerned with people stealing things, so they anywhere where you could hide something. So you know, you've seen magicians; they can put all kinds of things in their hats. So they're not sure if you were a magician; they can't really tell that. So they just want to make sure that you don't steal all their rabbits. Oops. Oh, okay. It's alright. Yes, okay. So let's blend in here a little. Oh, the water's so pretty, isn't it? Pretty. So we're going to blend in the edge here. So I'm going to use a bit of a bigger cylinder here. And I'm just going to try taking the edges off. That's funny. They're very the security in London is very inconsistent, to be honest. Sometimes they want to check your stuff, sometimes they don't. They're basically not really doing a good job because they don't really care. There's not that much terrorism, and there's not that much terrorism or crime on the museums. My day's been good so far, but it's just starting. I only got up a couple hours ago, so I actually go to work in the future. In the future, I go to work. No, it's, let me see here. In about an hour and a half, I will set off for my office. And yes, I agree. The Seos shaders look just nice, like really nice. This is the new shaders. There's Seos 2, I think. And at least Seos, Sonic Ether, I suppose his name is, isn't it? Sonic Ether hasn't betrayed us quite yet. Yesterday I was moaning about the fact that we're losing a lot of the mod developers. They're kind of just leaving. And so we lost, I think we're going to lose forever MC Edit, which is the kind of editing tool. I don't really have a YouTube career, to be honest. It was going a lot better about 5 years ago before I stopped uploading. So, yeah, I mean, I get a few thousand hits nowadays. Some 20,000, maybe, I don't know, I'm not actually sure. Tens of thousands a week, but that's not much. Tens of thousands a month, I should say. It was going a lot better, as I say, back when I actually uploaded content and got hits. So it's not really a career at all, I guess. How about you guys? How's your days been? Is it morning, evening? I know a lot of you are all over the place. I don't know if I recognize your name, Savesky. Where are you from? Savesky Bodo. It sounds like, is that Russian, maybe? Polish? I don't know. I'm not an expert. Oh, I've just noticed I'm just flying around the top now. So, just taking the edge off the top, which is kind of a... I guess it's fine. Not really what I was intending to do. I was going to try and do it kind of how I did it last time, but we'll just go along the top and then we'll go along slightly lower down. So that's it. We made it all the way across. This area needs a lot more love, but it needs a lot more love generally. Oh really? Malaysia? So I'm just going to do this to try and break up here a little bit the... We've got a few viewers from Malaysia actually. So we're going to use this brush here, melt brush, just to kind of we can see if we zoom up here, we can see kind of the sphere shapes. We don't really want that, so I'm just gonna melt a little bit, melt back, and melt it out when it's appropriate. So bring this section forward. I don't really know much about YouTube Red. I know that sometimes I get money. Something like, I don't know, 5% of the money that my channel earns comes from YouTube Red. But apart from that, I don't really know much about it. It lets you see like premium live streams and stuff, right? I think. Oh yeah, I was doing the next layer down, wasn't I? So I'm just trying to make sure that it's no longer spherical. Let's just melt out here a little bit. Is anyone here a YouTube Red subscriber? Do they have an opinion on it? Yeah, if we can see here, look, we're still getting this. We've still got these spheres here. So let's just really have a go at trying to break those up. Okay, that sounds pretty bad actually. It doesn't seem super good. Why would you want that? Surely there must be something else. You don't have to see adverts, right? But, I mean, you can already get that if you just download an ad blocker, of course. Not that I condone ad blockers. But I mean, if you don't want to see ads, you would definitely just do the free option, right? You wouldn't pay money. I suppose it's for the very conscientious amongst you, who amongst the viewers, who might want, they don't want to see adverts, but they also want to support the channels. So if you're a YouTube Red subscriber and you watch a video, the channel that you watch receives a little bit of your subscription fee, I think. Not much, but some. I guess that's kind of how maybe they're trying to work it. So we can still see it's a little bit chunky, but it's a little bit better. I'm just gonna keep trying to eliminate a little bit the spheres at this point. I remember GTA San Andreas. I never actually owned it, but I remember seeing it kind of like at my friend's house when I was a kid. Hodor. Like Hodor. Is that your real name? Is your real name stupid? So let's see here. Yeah, that kind of works. So I'm going to take the melt brush now, actually. I'm going to just go to town all the way along the top here and just really break up these. Whoa, okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. I was going to say I'm going to really break up these. Really break up these cylinders that we've got going on. So I want this to be more kind of, instead of, we can see, in fact let me show you this. From above we can see all these cylinders, and it looks additive. It looks like we've got, the, how to word this, like the land is coming into the lake, but really it should be the lake kind of coming into the land, so I want it to be kind of rounder in the other direction, so I'm going to use the brush like this. Okay. No, I was assuming that wasn't your name, or at least if it was, I would have thought you wouldn't tell us what it meant. So this is working quite nicely, so we can kind of create more like bays instead of kind of, well, just these unrealistic kind of land rolling into the lake. I am 25, 26 this year, fairly soon. Oh gosh, I studied physics. I'm a physicist. I'm a big fan of some of the great physicists. I mean, Stephen Hawking, for example, is was, I should say now, rest his soul, God rest his soul, was such a phenomenal human being. I mean, absolutely incredible in so many ways. I've just realised I don't actually want to do this here because this is going to come over to here, so let's leave that bit be. We'll keep going through here. No, I'm 25. No older. I was, when I started this YouTube channel, I think I was 13, so this YouTube channel is real old now. It must be 12 years old, 10 years old. Somebody can check that for me, if they like. I might even be... No, I think that's right. So I expect, actually, when this YouTube channel was made, some of you may not have been born. Hello? Just saying bye to my girlfriend. Yeah, I'm sure it will say on my YouTube channel somewhere when the channel was started. Oh, it's kind of weird. I've got like a little trail. Can you see that? Like a little trail behind my character, behind the shadow. Wow, it's crazy. Yeah, how time flies. It doesn't feel like that long ago. I mean, I guess it was. I was like a schoolboy then. And now I'm a fully fledged wage slave. Alrighty. So I think we've mostly neutralized the cylinder shapes we had here. Looks nice and reasonably flat now. Yeah, that looks good. So let's take out here a little bit. Oh, actually, we don't need to. This is gonna come in. So let's melt this in now. So let's melt this area into the. So we got this central kind of region here, peninsula, and I want to melt this area into it. Let's take a slightly bigger brush. Yeah. It was a Christmas special at Iceman, and boy, what a video, huh? Very popular. So what I'm basically trying to do here is to kind of melt in a more natural way the land to come forward into our peninsula here. I mean, I could probably do this using a different brush more quickly, but this is kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah, I think the Iceman hit the right spot somewhere for the virality factor, and went really viral on YouTube, like YouTube viral. The algorithm loved it, and we got yeah, a bunch of viewers. Ooh. Swap here. Let's try and take. Okay. Stop growing. I'm not doing anything. Ah! Oh, okay. Okay, wow, I really went to town with the clicking, didn't I? So what's happened here is it's all backed up, and it's just clicking away. Let's just click over here. Okay, okay, there we go. It stopped. So now we can undo all of that. I actually wanted to melt this area away. No Instagram. I have a Facebook page. You can check that out. It's just Facebook Imgal. It's the same as my YouTube username. So that should be good if you want to do social media. I don't really see the need for an Instagram for me. I mean, it's kind of not really the right community, I think, for this kind of content, I would say. I don't know for sure, but I don't think I need an Instagram. I hope I don't need an Instagram. I hope I'm not doing it wrong. So there we go. So we've built this peninsula up a bit. I really want to bulk it out a bit. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do exactly that. And I'm going to resort to using my cylinder tools if I could get them working. Let's do a brush cylinder stone 3-5 like this. I'm just gonna bulk up a little bit on the edges through here and in here. Well, I mean, I already am kind of older. So, I don't know, to be honest. I know I'm gonna do something other than my current job. I'm a little bit bored with it. I'm probably gonna try to find a new job. I was thinking that I might try and apply for a job maybe at Google. I like to go traveling again. I have done that in the past. That was good fun. I definitely want to go traveling again. Okay, so this is kind of a mess. So let's see if we can deal with this. So I'm going to take a different brush. I'm going to use what happened there? Smooth brush. Be E-smooth. So this is gonna. We can use this to kind of just shave away all these rough places. It's very similar to the melt brush, really. So this should help us a little bit. We can just... We can't smooth that. Yes, cool, cool. Google hire lazy people. How do you know that? What makes you think they hire lazy people? But yes, I think if I'm going to work for any company, Google seems like a pretty good one. I know they get loads of cool benefits, like free food, free dinner every day, I think, which sounds awesome. I mean, that would be amazing. Yeah, I think I would like to go to somewhere like Reunion. I don't know how accessible it would be. I think it might be a bit difficult to get there, isn't it? It's probably quite expensive. That's an interesting idea. Lazy people want to cut corners and get things done. I guess that's kind of true. I can be lazy. Yes. So, just gonna bulk this right the way out. And I think... Let's use the melt brush now. And I'm I'm just going to melt away a little more. And hopefully we can get... In fact, I should probably melt outwards more than inwards. Let's get some stone in here. Hello! Happy TV. The second commenter from Smashcast. We don't have a great many viewers over on Smashcast. In fact, as I say, you're the second person to have commented. I think you might be the 5th person to have dropped by into the stream. How are you doing today, friend? It's good to see some faces from that platform, I suppose. I'm still trying to decide which platform I want to use, because I know Twitch doesn't allow you to stream to more than one platform if you are a partner, but I'm not a partner, so I can do what I like. Oh, hello, Static Cookie. Twitch in the house. All we need now is someone from Mixer, and we can have one on everywhere. In fact, I might go for a quick... if you guys are interested, I can show you around some of the pre-existing builds real quick. Would you like me to do that? Would you like me to fly around the builds I've already built? Or should I just keep working for now? Let me know. I'm gonna, for now at least, keep walking out here. Hello from beyond the veil. Let me... Well, there we go. I'll have a fly around. I'll show you what we've got so far. So this is what I've been working on this week. It's huge, as you can see. It's the bottom of a lake. Well, I haven't flooded the lake yet. I haven't completed the base of the lake yet. But there you go. There's the base of the lake. So this is part of a much larger build, but this is going to be the main part of it. I think this is going to be the heart of this larger build. So if we come over this way, this is going to be the edge of the valley here, and it's going to bring us over to where things are looking a little bit more fleshed out. Bye bye. This is what I built last week. This kind of little ravine here, which looks pretty cool. It's not completed up that end, but I felt like I wanted to get started on this huge valley, so I didn't completely finish. Then again, I can't completely finish it. It's growing exponentially. And here we have a little kind of moorland with big dead tree on it. Shadows look so cool. Here we have this forest. Now, unfortunately, because of some copying error, the trees started to lose their leaves, so the leaves have actually started to rot. So that's why some of these are looking a bit worse for wear, unfortunately. Anywho, here is the this kind of little forest, small area. You can actually see some of the saplings that have fallen from the tree. I have stopped them from rotting anymore, but I will need at some point to kind of repair them a bit. Load it in. I don't know anything in Russian, I'm afraid. Hi, Cobalt Bug 60. Through here is Peaceful Valley, which again is taking a little time to load. I suppose there's no hurry. It's Peaceful Valley after all. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. There we go. Loading in a bit more now. Oh gosh, wow. Minecraft's loading system is bizarre, isn't it? Oh, this looks really nice with the shaders. It's so pretty, the shaders. And this area does have a top on it. In fact, I'm just going to fly around one more time just so we can load in the top. There we go. So this is where I started this particular build. That was a couple months ago now, it would have been. So there we are. Oh, so pretty. Except for that, come on. Nice. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. So through here, we go through a little kind of little alpine swamp here, alpine marsh, alpine meadow here, and then we get to Mushroom Land where we have a huge mush boy. Some cool kind of shadow effects. Big mushroom boy with some spores on it. And maybe it's because you've heard the American English more, probably more familiar to you. Some of the mush boys around here. This area is also not completely finished off. Because, as I say, the more I build, the more I have to build, so I have to stop somewhere on each of these. Through here is the Virulent Valley, as we're calling it. It's some kind of necromancer's lair. Big bony boys, big skull thing at the top. I'm not your dad, honestly. I've never seen her in my life, officer. And here is we've got this big skeleton hand here, which is kind of in the wrong place. You can't really see it very well, but anyway. So there you have it. That's what we've built so far. I mean, there is. What did I do there? Let's undo that. Just fired at random with my tool. So, yes, let's go back to the next build where I'm working. So down here in the it's another valley actually. I suppose we've had a canyon, a valley full of acid, and a very peaceful valley, and now we're building yet another valley. We can call this the Very Large Valley. How about that? Excuse me. And I was basically working through the base of the water, and we might actually get the water into the valley today. So I keep up with it. I mean, it's starting to look a lot fairly natural down here, which is good. So we get back to it basically. I'm actually going to melt that away for a start. Oop. So let's use melt brush here. Just get rid of that a little bit because that's a bit unnatural. In fact, there's quite a lot of these unnatural guys around, so let's just melt away a little bit some of the worst offenders. I don't mind having these kind of rocks, but I don't want them to be kind of everywhere. That looks a bit like a pyramid, doesn't it? Let's melt that away a little while I'm at it. Hello, Nico Armin. But are you ready to repair $500 if I like it? Don't know what that means. So what I'm gonna do is, well, as I say, keep pushing around and naturalizing this whole area. So we've got this area left to naturalize. I did the other side, and we have this one here as well. We're just kind of in the middle now. Hey, Ace. Hey, Ace. How are you today, friend? We're getting on with this lake bottom now. We've nearly finished it. Slow going though, I admit. In fact, this looks pretty okay already. Maybe I don't need to do too much more. I just want to break up these double steps, which you've got a lot of. It does look quite like the moon, doesn't it? I've heard some people say it looks like the moon. Oof, gosh. I've got my tea here. It's actually gone cold, but I might just finish it anyway. It's not completely cold. I can still drink it. Ugh. No. No, I can't. Sorry. That's a little bit of tea wasted in there. Sorry, guys. You know I try. So... looking a little bit better there. Let's do the same thing here. So basically what I'm trying to do, we got these 3 layers together and they look really unnatural, so I'm just trying to push that through there. Sorry, is what? Yes, Gex. I miss your question, maybe. Oh, the cold does bother me with tea. I don't mind having cold mint tea or fruit tea or a lot of things, but cold breakfast tea, no good, no good. Yeah, it's like cold coffee. Like, I mean, iced coffee, good. Cold regular coffee, not good. Actually, I like to have, I guess it's a hangover from when I was in Korea. They have ice coffee is ice americano is how they call it. That's it sounds like I'm just making like a racist Korean accent, but that's legitimately the name of the drink. I'll write it out for you, in fact. Ice americano. Something like this is how it's written, so it's kind of Koreanized. And oh, welcome, Nico. Ice americano is just it's just an americano with ice in it, so it's not like sugary at all. It's quite bitter. But I still quite like that, so I still have that on occasion. And I don't know, I haven't actually been able to find anyone who can make it for me straight up. I have to explain, so maybe it's not really a thing. I'm not sure. Maybe it is a thing in some places, but 안돼요, 참치 김밥 2개 주세요. 2개 참치 김밥 주세요. I just ordered gimbap. Two gimbaps, please, is what I said. Gimbap is a really weird thing. So gimbap is like you know, like a maki roll in Japan, except that instead of having like tuna inside and having it with wasabi and soy sauce, it's filled with like strips of like American cheese and spam, crab sticks, kind of pickled bean sprouts and stuff, pickled cabbage, all in one. This is so all of these things together. It's gross, really, but it tastes. You get, and it's served warm as well. But it's gross at first, but I got kind of a feeling for it after a while, and it's actually quite nice. It's kind of comfort food, I suppose. Just loads of junk wrapped up in rice and seaweed. So Nico, this is the bottom of a lake, so I'm going to flood this probably later today, later in the stream, when I get kind of satisfied that it looks natural enough. And it's starting to look fairly natural here. So I think this section's probably okay. Maybe not quite here though, so let's just try and break this up a little. So basically, the way I made this, I used these double high cylinders, and so what we've ended up with is a lot of these kind of steps like this, so coming along and then a little step and then like this, and I don't really want that. Yes, in fact, England is named after the Angles, who were people from Denmark and Norway, so it's actually Angle land. So everybody, I think, is aware that the Angles invaded England and made it into Angland. Which is funny. I think they're called, actually, I think the Angles were called such because Angles equals angels, and it's because they were blonde and beautiful. I'm not sure if that's true. That's just kind of what I heard, so I don't know. Maybe that's not true. Clearly something went wrong with that description, because the English are not all that. Yes, I was aware of that. In fact, I think England invaded nearly every country, right? I think there's only a few that they haven't invaded, but at least we're not invading anybody anymore. You know, that's the important thing. I'm just going to keep kind of chopping the top off here. Oh, I missed it. Let's undo those. Don't really want that. And through here. I'm not sure Savesky knows what country you're talking about. Well, I assume you mean, if you mean countries, most countries are chill now. There's a couple countries I can think of. In fact, there's 3 countries I can think of that have no chill. What is Nani? What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, I can teach you some other Korean, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Some more, they call it Konglish, because it is Korean, but it's just English that's turned into Korean. So they've just taken an English word and Koreanized it. Some funny words that exist are... probably one of my favourite is bus terminal. Oh wait, is it bus terminal, I think. Like, or it might be boss terminal. So it's kind of hard to translate that easily, but yeah, so that means the bus terminal, and it's kind of funny to get into the taxi. So I get in the taxi and I say to the Korean driver, I say, bus terminal. And he looks at me and he's like, oh, I'm like, bus terminal. And he's like, no. And I'm like, sigh, here we go. Bus terminal. And it just kind of feels like like being a, you know, racist white guy, like pretending to do a Korean accent. But I mean, to be fair, that is the correct word, so I guess it's okay. I will remember you when I'm famous in the future, but you may have to be waiting a long time. We may all be dead by the time that I'm famous. So I think I'm gonna let it live. I think that'll do. So we got a bit steeper here. What I'm gonna do, actually, I need to do the entranceway here. I also need to kind of address the fact that some of these rocks are a bit unrealistic, so let's do that. I'm just going to melt away a few of these rocks that are kind of floating around the place. And just to try and reduce the amount of just kind of stupid, weird horns that we've got lying around. They look kind of strange. I'm not going to write it down. I'll remember, though. If you come on here again, I shall say, I remember Savesky Bodo. I'm not gonna say. Oh, is there a problem with the stream? Let me just investigate real quick. It looks good to me. I can't see a problem with the stream. It seems fine on this end. Are you sure there's a problem? Smooth. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep whacking off. Whacking off. I'm gonna keep targeting these floaters here and the weird kind of horns and things that are going on. You tell me what it says, and then maybe I'll say it. Because I mean, I do know a little bit of I know a little bit of Swedish, and it's quite similar. What is this word "suan"? Uh-oh, I shouldn't say that. I've said it now. So just kind of whittling down these weird floaty boys. Get rid of them. And here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to... Of course, I can't just put water in on here. I'm going to have to put sand in first. So, let's go for sand, I think. So what I'm going to take here is a brush, cylinder, sand, 5. And I actually want to do mask stone. Alright, write it again and I will say it. Thank you. The feeling is mutual. I like all my subscribers though. I try. Well, I mean, I don't try. I just am this way. You know, hanging out with me is like a 24-hour snooze fest. Everyone's just asleep. So I'm just gonna keep spamming this around basically, and this is gonna turn the whole of the base to sand. And I'm gonna be careful because I don't want to turn these weird kind of shapes to sand. I'm gonna leave those as stone, I think. So just gonna Jegnaven give Søen Gexnaven. Yeah, I recognise now. Søen is lake, isn't it? I name give lake, the lake, Gex name. We can call it Lake Gex if you like. Black pepper and mustard? What, just in a sandwich? That's pretty gross. You should probably feel ashamed, actually. You do. Get out of here. I've eaten some pretty bad sandwiches in my life, though, to be fair, having been a student. Favourite one is the toast sandwich. If you ever had to have the toast sandwich, then you know you're in a real bad situation. That is exactly what it sounds like. It is a piece of toast between two pieces of bread, maybe with butter if you're lucky. Okay, actually, just excuse me for a moment. I'm just gonna use the bathroom. You guys can have a look and tell me if you spot anything that you think. I mean, I know this still needs a lot of work. We're actually probably not going to get to flood it today, unfortunately, but maybe tomorrow we will. So I'm just going to be right back. Less than 1 minute. 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. Oh, and here I have returned. Just like I said I would. Oh gosh. That's a bad sandwich. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to leave it up to your imagination what I did in the bathroom just now. But, I mean, unless you have a very overactive imagination, you're probably going to assume it was one thing, not the other. So, how about we do the entranceway here, because we've done nothing here. So, how are we going to do this? What should we do here? Maybe we could leave this as kind of a big river, and then potentially we can expand it that way. So let's make this kind of into a deep kind of bowl shape. So how am I going to do that? I think I'm going to start with a brush cylinder, stone. Bye bye. Stone. Let's do 5, 10. So with this, we can use this just to bulk out a little bit in these areas where it's kind of turn the mask off. Nobody cared who I was until I took off the mask. There we go. A little bit here, and in this way we can just quickly build up. So now what I'm going to do is reduce that a little, put it down to 4. We'll put this in here. Hello! How are you today, friend? Rare Cosmonaut. It's not a name I recognize. Are you new on the stream? Good morning to you, sir. So that looks better. So I'm going to do a blob brush now. No, I'm not. I'm just going to do splatterball. Do it with stone. Just going to whack through here a little bit. In the base. And this way, hopefully, we can add some random noise to the whole equation. Then we'll use a smooth brush just to try and get it to a smoother state. So let's do that. Ah, I see. Well, welcome. This is how we do it. this is where the magic happens. The magic. Such that it is. Involves a lot of kind of mistakes and slow going. Well, not too many mistakes actually. I mostly just try to keep going with the mistakes. If it's not too bad a mistake, then I just try to keep working through it. I should probably use a bigger brush than this actually. There's a little bit of time. Yes. In here. So this that we're working on right now is going to be the kind of, I think, the main entryway for a river into this lake, or maybe it's going to be the way that it's a tidal lake. So maybe, oh, that could be cool actually if we have kind of a cliff here and it's coming in through like a big cliff archway. That could be really cool. So first off, I'm just going to get rid of all these floaters. Once they're all gone, then we'd have a bit of a more interesting shape, a little bit. So let's do a lift brush. This is what we really need in here, I think. We can use this lift brush and we can really just very quickly add a lot of interesting shape to this. with almost no effort, really, very quickly. And through here. So there we go. Let's lift around the base a little bit to make it a little bit more of an arch shape. Soy sauce, milk and lemonade. That sounds gross. He sounds like a clown, this guy. Not that it's a bad thing to know. Clowns can be funny people. I mean, it's kind of the point. So let's do a smooth brush, and we're going to use a bigger smooth brush just so we can do this a bit quicker. We come through here, and there we go. We get a real, much more natural shape in very easy fashion. Not too much effort at all. Let's take this boy out, this floater here. In fact, there's loads of floaters around here. Let's get rid of all of them, because they don't look too great. So many floaty boys. Yes, okay, so let's take a lift brush now. And using that lift brush, we're going to make it smaller. I'm just going to take the edge off of this. I don't like how sharp it looks. Oh, Harry Potter, what a great series. Kind of annoying that people think that England is just Harry Potter land. Doesn't help that we have things like Platform 9 3/4 around the place. So just going to smooth over here. There we go. Okay, and we'll smooth over here. Boom. Okay. So that looks a bit nicer, a bit more reasonable. So let's go back to now what we were doing with the sand. You haven't watched it? Wow. Okay. Well, do. Let's do a mask stone in here, so we only want to overwrite the stone. I definitely, wholeheartedly recommend reading Harry Potter. I read it when I was a kid, and it was great, to be honest. It's quite interesting how the shaders mod reacts to this really pale sand compared to the stone. It's kind of cool how the camera adjusts. So now I'm going to basically make an underwater landscape, mostly out of sand and stone. And through here, take it pretty much all the way up to the edge. And we'll do the same here, so we're going to start on the upper level now. In fact, I'm going to take it kind of methodically around. Starting here and just working kind of all the way around. I think Star Wars is kind of overrated, actually. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I've watched all the movies, but I didn't really necessarily enjoy them. I think the newer movies are pretty bad, actually. A lot of problems, especially the latest one had so many problems. It just felt really contrived, the whole plot. Like, we need to put a time-sensitive pressure into this plot. Let's come up with a gigantic contrivance that doesn't make sense in the Star Wars universe. Okay, I wonder what that's going to look like on the stream. Don't do that again, Jacob, please. Or, okay, I see what's happening here. Oh, excuse me for one moment, guys. I'm just gonna block this guy. Okay. Oh gosh, there's an advert on my good stream. Okay. Well, he's gone, but I imagine there's going to be a load of interesting stuff. I'm going to actually... I just want to have a look at what's actually showing up on the stream now, actually. Just to see how it looks. That's kind of funny. But that's not appropriate. That is not appropriate whatsoever. Anywho. What's going on here? Okay, we're back to working. It's all fully operational again. I know England is known for its confusing transport. Yeah, the public transport isn't great. I mean, it's probably a lot easier for natives to get to grips with. I mean, I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, that was a problem I had. Not that she was too perfect, but I mean, I think a key problem really for me with the new Star Wars movies is we have the question of people, kind of heroes are defined by their villains, and so Luke is defined by his kind of interactions with Darth Vader. Darth Vader is always super dangerous, super powerful, in control, frightening, etc. You know what? I'm maybe using the wrong brush here. Let's change this. We should use overlay brush. D1. Oops. D1. B. Okay, this will make things a little bit quicker, I think. Or maybe not quicker, but easier. Yeah, so Luke is defined by his competition, his villain, the terrifying Darth Vader, who is always in control, always frightening, always introduces tension into a scene, and then we have Rey, who is defined by her villain, the villain being just a whiny little boy. He's not a frightening villain at all. He's of no threat. The villains, kind of backup villains, sidekicks, are also similarly useless. I mean, Captain Phasma, I don't want to spoil anything, but Captain Phasma's performance in the first movie doesn't really strike terror into me. I'm not afraid, and General Hux again, not really very scared of him. As villains go, you can't have a good hero without having a good villain, and there is no good villain, unfortunately. That's the real problem that I have, I think, with the Star Wars, newer Star Wars. And I mean, apart from, as I say, there's some annoying plot contrivances, especially in the newest one, which I just why is that necessary? It just sticks out like a sore thumb. That kind of a time-sensitive issue has never been a problem in Star Wars before, so I don't see why it should be a problem now. It just doesn't make sense. They could have come up with 1,000,001 ways to put time sensitivity into the plot to add tension, and the way that they did it just felt like lazy, like they hadn't thought about it even. I think Luke is a good character. Luke's one of the few good characters from the new movies. I haven't seen Wonder Woman, actually. You can give me an opinion if you like, and then I'll probably pretend that I watched the movies and tell everybody this great opinion that I have about them. But no, I haven't seen it. I'm just a bit turned off superhero films, really. Superhero films can be... I mean, I don't know if you saw the last Avengers. Not the last one. Wait. I haven't seen any Avengers since Civil War, because Civil War was just such a travesty. Really bad. I mean, Kylo Ren would be okay if he were backed up by a stronger villain. You know, a real significant villain. But there is nobody. There's nobody on the dark side against whom we're like, oh, we're scared. He's in control and powerful. You know, there's no Darth Vader. For example, in the original, not in the original, sorry, in the prequels, even the prequels get this better. We can name some villains from the prequels who are you know, legitimately kind of spooky, in control. I mean, obviously Palpatine. Oh, spoilers. Obviously, the Emperor anyway is a good villain. And what's his name? Freaking Darth Maul. Darth Maul is a great villain. I mean, he doesn't last very long. Again, spoilers. Sorry, guys. But he has great flair. You know, he feels threatening and he feels like a proper villain. Like he's got a chance. Whereas Kylo Ren and when it comes to it in the first movie, he gets beaten in a battle by two people who have never, you know, have no idea of the Force. It's like, okay, can we imagine Darth Vader losing to, I don't know, you know, in an actual pitched battle against, say, Leia or Luke at the beginning of the movie? No, we can't. And the same, can we do that for the Emperor? Can we do that for Darth Maul? Can we do that for General Grievous even? General Grievous isn't going to lose to a couple of untrained idiots. It's just, it doesn't bring any suspense really, I think. Anyway, now that I'm finished. I'm done railing on the new the new Star Wars villains. Yeah, Darth Maul was a good character. And I think, to be honest, I think the prequels received way more. I'm getting back on Star Wars again. I think the prequels received way more hate than was really necessary. I mean, they're not great films, but they tried to be a bit more nuanced. And I think the real problem that George Lucas had was he got halfway through his vision for what they were going to be, these prequels, and then people started reacting angrily. And so we missed out on a lot of the original storytelling, and so we end up with a useless Jar Jar Binks who does nothing. He's completely useless insofar as the plot goes, and he's just annoying. He never redeems himself, which I'm sure George Lucas had a plan for that. But when he found out how hated Jar Jar Binks was, he just dropped out of it. And so he had to introduce two new villains in the second episode, who immediately come to nothing. They're two brand new villains, and both of them don't really achieve anything, just because he didn't have any villains left. Because, I mean, we can assume Jar Jar Binks was probably supposed to be a villain, and I mean, it's kind of arguably it's going to be kind of lame that Jar Jar Binks could be the ultimate villain, but who knows? We didn't get to see it. Yeah, episode 3 was okay, but I mean, mostly just because of the special effects. Episode 1 was kind of bad, I'll admit. It wasn't great. Anyway, yeah. Bye-bye. No, I haven't seen the new Solo film. I heard it was actually better than people were kind of expecting. So at least there's that. This is taking a little while, huh? But doing it this way is the right way, I think, because this way we'll avoid. We'll end up with this kind of cool two-tone effect, where we've still got the rocks. I think I might paint some of the rocks in sandstone as well. That might look kind of cool. particularly in areas where the sand is kind of resting. Oh really? Darth Maul comes back, does he? That's cool. I mean, it's kind of dumb that Darth Maul survived that. Like, if we look at what happened to, in that same battle sequence, in fact, Qui-Gon Jinn gets a much less bad injury. Darth Maul survives. It's like, wait a second. Qui-Gon Jinn got stabbed in the gut and died. Darth Maul got chopped in freaking half and survived. Wait a second. That doesn't seem right. But yes, okay, I'm done with this Star Wars discussion because I will just rabbit on about Star Wars all day. I don't even really know that much about it. I just I quite like kind of film analysis, and so they're quite analyzable as films. Yeah, he gets robot legs, but I mean he's still being chopped in half, like, and fell into a big hole. Okay. Oh, this is an inappropriate piece of music. I'm detecting inappropriate music. Let me take this one off the rotation. What is it? I don't know what that is. Let's just skip it. Oh, I think this is a new piece. New one that I put on the list yesterday. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go for another layer here. Keep going around. You can't. Am I? Maybe I'm not talking. Or you can't hear the new music. Or you can't hear the music. Yeah, it was very quiet. The music that was playing. I've heard of it. Everyone's heard of it, but I've never actually. I have seen bits of it. It used to be like daytime TV. Hello, friend. How are you today? Let me see here. Filling this area out. I'm doing just fine. Are you a new viewer? I don't recognize the name. Name that it is. You need blood, bruv. So yeah, are you new viewers? Both of you, sounds like it. So I'm basically, I do this little live stream before I go to work in the morning, so I'm usually pretty okay. Usually haven't had a chance for something bad to have happened to me today, so I'm usually good. Heyo. How's it going, chaps? There's a number of you on Twitch now, huh? If you like, I can have a fly around, I can show you what I'm working on. If you'd like to see that, I will do it, in fact. You can probably see a little bit in the camera, but we have... Oh, welcome. Let me see who just followed there. I can't say your name, I'm afraid. I don't wanna, because we have... No, I mean, I'm just not gonna say it, you know? But let me have a little fly around. So here's what I'm working on today and the last couple of days. This is a lake bottom, so it's going to be flooded at some point. So here is going to be the side of the valley, still completely not fleshed out. But we have back over here the rest of the kind of build on which we're working. So over here is what I did last week, this kind of area, kind of canyon thing. I'm going to move through here, and we're going to move kind of slow because it takes ages to load, especially with the shaders mods enabled. Thank you. Through here we have a dead tree, kind of marshy area, moor area I should say. Now there was an accident involving tree leaf decay, so I lost some leaves off these trees here. In fact, wow, they're still decaying! Oh no! Oh gosh, okay. Well, I didn't realise they were still decaying. Apparently they are. That's unfortunate. So I will need to repair these at some point, but that's okay. It's a real shame actually. So through in here we have more trees. I'm pretty sure I replaced the tree leaves with non-decaying versions, but apparently not. Wow. Welcome, guys. Through here is Peaceful Valley, which again, it looks like the tree is decaying, which is annoying to say the least. I will have to repair it at some point. I'll probably do that at a later date though. I'm not going to do it now. Well, let's have a go and see if we can stop this one from decaying. How do I stop the trees? Do you know how I can stop the tree leaves decaying? I don't want to kind of halt the stream to do it. I mean, these are... Come on. Yeah. These are 18... I think they need to be 18.8. If I do a replace 18.8... Whoops. Such replace. Hopefully that works now. Hopefully they won't decay anymore. I think 18.8 is the one that doesn't decay. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. It's only a few trees. The leaves are pretty easy to put in anyway. So, oh gosh, yeah, even more of them are decaying here. I'll just let these fall off and we can repair them. Or maybe just leave them. Who knows? Through here is mushroom area. And this looks... yeah, kind of cool, I think. I was pretty proud of particularly this guy over here. The Spore Cloud. It looks quite nice with the shaders. That guy up there also looks kind of cool with the shaders. Through here we have a Necromancer area. This is what I was building, it would be about 3 weeks ago now, so 2.5 weeks I suppose I built this area here. So you got this big skull boy. Yeah, that was the name I wasn't saying earlier. Anyway, I'm gonna head back to where I'm building real quick, because I just kind of running out. Oops. Here we go. Because I'm running out of time a little bit, and I want to try and finish the sand. Yes, so I stream to Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, and... yeah, sure, okay. I hope to see you again. So yeah, streaming to Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, and Smashcast. We very rarely have any viewers through Smashcast, though. But the others tend to come and go, and we have some from each sometimes. Usually YouTube, though. I mean... I'm sure you guys on YouTube know. Oh yeah, sure. If you go to my YouTube channel, you will want to check out, or I very encourage you very much to check out the time lapses, which are where I got the original following from. They're pretty good. Even if I do say so myself. I mean, they've been there a long time, so I think I can make that judgment now. They've been there about 5 years. So if you like Minecraft at all, I have some pretty nice time lapses there. A few million hits and such. Sure, alright. Thanks, friend. So I just keep pouring the sand over, basically, and I'm just going to try and kind of speed things up a little bit, because I want to complete the sand before I have to go, and I have to go fairly shortly, so... So I'm just going to kind of spam around a little bit. Have you guys ever seen The Godfather? Now, this is a movie that I'm told is one of the best movies ever, but I've tried to watch it, and I was so bored that I had to turn it off. Like, I was just really bored by it. Just nothing happened. That was my opinion of it. I don't know, maybe I was too young or something? I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know, a bunch of Italian guys talking to each other seemed to be the plot of that movie. So yeah, not super impressed actually. Sure, alright, adios. Right, let's come through here. We're getting nearly finished now with the sand, or at least... Yeah, we're kind of nearly finished, I would say. We started at the bottom, and so this is a lot quicker on the edges here. About 1/3 of the way, maybe, around the edge now. So on there. Okay, well, yeah, I watched the first one. I was just not nonplussed, and I was like, oh, it's one of the most famous movies ever, or whatever. So I was like, I'm not going to watch them out of order. You think the Super Mario Bros. Movie was a good movie? Okay, well, maybe you're not an expert in movies. Not to badmouth your taste in movies, but I think that's a bad movie. I think everyone's agreed that that was a bad movie. Oh, an equally good name in the YouTube. I expect nothing less, I suppose. It would have said under my face. So if you scroll back a couple minutes, you should be able to see under my face, unless it didn't say what it was. Did it not say what the name of the song was? I think it should have done. Somebody scroll back 1 minute and find out what the name of the song was for us. Yeah, Approaching Nirvana's good. Some of the newer stuff is kind of bad, though. Like, a lot of the new stuff is just, like, garbage, like Bro House. I don't know if Bro House is the name for it. Like 4/4 House, you know, just typical club bangers, and it's just a bit dull. You know? You know, it's just... It's not great. And they all sound the same. Just gonna push through here. We nearly finished now. What time is it? I need to go very shortly, so I've got 3 minutes left, so I'm just gonna really kind of push through here as quick as I can. And try and, yeah, get it all kind of done. Cool story. It's cool how Twitch admin staff do their work through the comment sections now. They're so in touch with the community. And nearly finished now. Few more. Kind of satisfying actually, just kind of painting it. Painting the roses red. And through here, we're nearly there now. Yeah, I'll see you then. Probably tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to do one this evening. It'll be the same time tomorrow morning, as always. Gosh, what time is it? Oh, I'm really running out of time. I just want to get the sand in now. I just want to finish it. Oh no. I've still got a lot more to do actually, don't I? I'm kind of rushing. I can't be late either because I got that work experience guy to look after. Well, I mean, I can be late. I'm already being late, but I can't be later than usual. I'm always there at 10 o'clock instead of 9, so probably shouldn't push it any more than that, really. Goodness. Well, we're getting there anyway. I've got like a million right clicks queued up now. Seems like I have. I'm not clicking anymore, it's just doing it. Kind of funny that this is the way the mechanic works. I would have thought they could have made it so that it didn't work this way, to be honest, but apparently it does. Still haven't clicked anything in about 30 seconds now. Nearly there. Time we up to? It's 9:30 now, so I should probably end the stream before I get fired. Oh, we finished with the queued up commands, so I'm nearly there now. Just a few more, just this little corner to do. And then I'm going to have to say goodbye. In fact, I will start to say my goodbyes now. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope to see you next time, when I will be doing the same thing again. Tomorrow morning, same time, same thing. We'll be moving on, probably be with putting the water in. I'll probably do maybe half the session, just kind of making sure everything is just fine, because once the water goes in, it's going to be kind of hard to take it back out again. I mean, we could take it out again, but I'd rather just kind of get it right first time. here. Here. There we go. I think we did it. Alrighty, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. So, bye-bye. Jazz hands. I can't do jazz hands. How do you do that? It's like this? Oh, whatever. Bye, guys.